idea one.
Want to do it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. Feel free to sit down.
Any topic. Whatever you want to talk about, you talk about.
Don't say anything stupid.
No, I'm not continuing.
Don't be dumb. Be smart.
Can I sit here?
Can we sit here?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, you can sit there. That may be connected. It may not be. You can turn it off and turn it back on.
Let's try it on.
How's it going?
Good.
Let me put this back on. Can you hear yourself now?
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. So what's your first name?
Mason.
Mason. Gotcha. My name is Reed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Reed.
Yeah, you guys locally from here?
Yeah.
Nice. Which school do you go to?
I go to Gulfview.
Gulfview?
Yeah.
Sweet. And y'all are still in high school, I assume?
Wait, let me see.
Or not even that?
No.
What grade you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah.
Cool. What grade are y'all in?
I'm in 9th.
9th? Okay.
The rest are 8th.
8th. All right.
Right.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I do here is like to chat with people about whatever they want to talk about. I try to practice this way of having conversations called street epistemology.
Okay.
It's like a way of asking questions to help people think through certain claims and help us collaborate on how we can know one way or the other whether it's true or false.
All right.
Yeah. What would you like to talk about today? It could be anything from politics to social issues, whatever.
How TikTok influences young children and how like it affects them and what they do.
The influence of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, is TikTok more of a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing because you see like underage girls doing like these dances and stuff,
Yeah.
and there's adults that view that, and then it's kind of weird.
TikTok has like almost a child pornography type problem.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's not that bad because obviously they're not like nude, but it's the dances they're doing is kind of explicit, and like the point is to like show off their body, you know.
Yeah.
And so I just don't think that's right, and that TikTok shouldn't allow that on their website.
So there should be certain restrictions on the content on TikTok.
Definitely.
And one example is these types of underage girls dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's also like 7-year-olds thinking their sexuality, they think they're like bi or whatever, and they're only like 7 years old, and they don't even know what it really means.
Right.
Yeah.
Like young children are starting to talk about sexual and sexuality stuff, even though they are not hitting through puberty yet. So how do they know what that's about?
Yeah, and I think they just learned that through TikTok, social media, and whatnot, and that that sort of stuff should be like banned, you know, because it's not okay. Like I didn't even know what that was when I was their age, and that they shouldn't be growing up like that. And yeah.
Gotcha. Certain ideas shouldn't be discussed on TikTok because it might influence children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so ideas or certain content. These are some things that might be better off not being on TikTok.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. Ideas or content. How would that? Like, yeah. Is that a good thing to not have certain things on TikTok?
Yeah, I think if they don't allow that, it would be a good thing, and kids for future generation would have a different mindset on things, and I think they would have a better chance of having a normal childhood and better time growing up, and it might be good for them in the future.
They would, if they weren't exposed to those things, they would have a better time growing up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What is the main? Let's focus on maybe one thing that we think should not be on TikTok. What's the worst thing? You've mentioned 2. Are there others?
No, it's just there's a lot of stuff. Just in general, it's just not okay. It's not a good app. It's just a bad influence on a lot of people and how they view things. And I just think it's really like affected kids, and like ever since TikTok came out, all they talk about is, oh, TikTok this, TikTok that, and it influences everything they do. Like the stuff they see, they do it, and then it's just a part of daily life. And
Yeah, I guess if we answered this broad question, what age should anyone be allowed or for it to be recommended for someone to get on social media?
I think it's definitely 15 or older, 14.
That should just be a general
Yeah,
rule in society, not like, a law, but just a recommendation.
yeah, definitely.
Anyone below the age of 15 should not be on social media.
Well, not social media. They can be. I'm sure they can have like Instagram and stuff like that. But TikTok is just. I see, or a lot of people see. There's a lot of people on TikTok, and some of them are like not good people. And those people, the kids that see those people, and then they copy them, and then that has a bad influence on them.
Okay, yeah. So I guess when should children be allowed to be on the internet?
Yeah.
When should they be allowed to be on social media broadly? And when should they be allowed to be on just particular social media platforms?
Yeah.
Some might be worse than others, like TikTok might be worse than Instagram,
Yeah.
I'm hearing. So we'll focus on TikTok. You're saying 15 for TikTok, or is that what
Yeah, like
age?
14, 15 years or older.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. And that allows them to. What are the benefits of not being on TikTok?
They won't be seeing as much of that kind of stuff that would influence kids right now. And if they have that, I feel like there wouldn't be as many young children seeing this stuff, and it would be appropriate. And then they would have like they would have to like reside to like YouTube and stuff like that, which is obviously more. It's better.
Better regulated.
Yeah.
Okay. What would need to be true in order for it to be okay for kids as old as 10 to 13, 14 to be on TikTok? Would TikTok need to change in some way?
Yeah, definitely. I think they would have to have like stricter like how they like what's on their platform. I think they need to pay closer attention to that, and what people are doing, because people find ways to like borderline the ban like requirements. So like say like the ban requirements are this and this, they know how to like edge it so it's barely on that.
Yeah. I guess one policy would be, if you're a certain age, then you can't see these certain things on the app.
Yeah.
Although, like, how do they check who's actually what age they are? That's hard to say.
Yeah.
So maybe just a general societal norm of not allowing children on social media and TikTok in particular.
Yeah.
Below 14.
Yeah.
All right. Is that a good thing to do, to have that norm? Do you think we're at that norm right now, or are we away from that norm?
I think we're away from it currently, because they do that stuff. They do make sure like your age and how old are you, and people lie about their age obviously so they can use the app. But
Like, I don't even know, what age do your generation get cell phones at this point?
Oh, really? Like 8, like first grade.
8? Wow.
Yeah.
You get a cell phone at 8?
I didn't get a cell phone at 8. I got a cell phone in 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's when I started going out with friends and started hanging about.
Uh-huh.
And it was just for my parents to communicate with me.
Yeah.
But kids are obviously getting cell phones at a younger age, and the purpose of their phone isn't to communicate. They just use it as for social media. And
Yeah, I guess I wonder what percentage of the population who are between the ages of like 8 and 14 have cell phones that have access to the internet and social media at this
Yeah.
point.
yeah,
I wonder what that number is.
yeah, it's probably a lot.
Is it over 50%, you think?
Over 15%?
50, like half.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You think so?
I do think so, yeah. There's a lot of kids at a young age with cell phones that are capable of accessing the internet and stuff.
And we would like a world where that's zero?
Yeah,
0%?
yeah. Or at least below 50, hopefully.
Yeah. Or maybe at least just does not have access to the internet, just could only call people. I don't know, or that might be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, just calling
Like
people.
I had a flip phone
Yeah.
starting in about your age.
Well,
But I had to pay for text messages.
yeah, well, before I even had a phone, I had this like little watch thing called a Gizmo,
Oh, really?
and like all you could do was call. And it was like an Apple Watch, but it was like bigger. But
That's all it would do, just call someone?
yeah, and then you could just change the noises that would for people to call. But yeah, all you could do was call.
Could you like talk through it or just hear?
You just talk through it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we want a world where fewer children are on social media like TikTok.
Yeah.
How can we get to that world?
I think parents just need to follow their children better and see what they're doing. Cause when I see these TikToks, I'm like, where are these kids' parents? What are they doing? And I think that would definitely help if the parents just paid closer attention to what their kids are on, and how they should properly use their phones.
What does that look like? Like taking their phone, looking through like the history of something, like what apps they're using, their app usage?
looking through the history, like what they're doing on TikTok and whatnot, and even like not even giving them a smartphone at all, just give them a flip phone or one of those watches or something.
Okay.
And yeah.
If we had this policy for the next decade, what could we see that would think, oh, this is a really good thing to put in place?
I think if the next 10 years, if we did this, I think it would be, the generation would grow up to be, like, their minds would be healthy, because social media does affect your mental illness and your mental capacity, I mean. But, yeah, if they didn't have social media, I feel like we would have a decade worth of kids with healthy brains and would be socially acceptable, because then they would talk to other people, and without social media, they wouldn't always be on their phones. They would be out talking, doing whatever. And if they didn't have all that for an entire decade, they would be, well, normal, but
Normal.
yeah.
Just better social development, social skills?
Yeah,
potentially?
pretty much, yeah.
Just better overall?
Yeah.
All right. Hypothetically, if we had that policy for the next 10 years, what could happen that could make us think, oh, this is probably not a good idea to put this policy in place?
Well,
Hypothetically.
if it wasn't, if people did disagree with it, I don't know. Well, kids may not be able to like express themselves, because I understand that some people express themselves on social media, and so I guess that could be like the only downside to it. But otherwise, I can't really think of anything else that would.
Yeah, like social media is one way of having self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're trading off between potential bad social effects versus social self-expression that might be beneficial. Those might play a factor.
Yeah.
You know. anything else that could happen, or we could learn about?
What goes around, like sometimes social media delivers fake news and false information, like whether it's like politics or something happened to so and so, or like false facts in general. Kids don't know if it's like real or true or not, and so they're going to see that, and then they're going to think it's true, and it's not true. They're learning false information, and that could be bad because then they're at a young age, and then they're just going to remember that, and then they're going to go the rest of their lives without knowing that, and then they're going to be uninformed of what's going on around them.
Yeah. So like, one potential future has children who are misinformed
Yeah.
about stuff, maybe lied to,
Yeah.
and one future may have where children just didn't learn as much about anything, misinformation or accurate information.
Yeah.
And we're thinking the world where they didn't really learn hardly anything, or at least not as much because the internet is not available or social media is not available.
Yeah.
That would be a better world.
Yeah. Well, not if the internet wasn't available, because the internet does help you with stuff. I'm just saying that there are websites and people that spread out this false information, but places like Google obviously are helpful resources to help you like know like what foods are healthy, or like where this is, or how to do this. And yeah, but places like Wikipedia, they're known for false information and whatnot. And then especially social media platforms, they probably have the most false information, and that's like where all like the kids are. That's what they look at, and they see that, and then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain age, they'll be able to have a cell phone with everything available. Like, I would like to have a world where children, even young adults, are really get some like good education about how to assess claims and
Yeah.
their validity, and to try to figure out if they're true or not. This is kind of part of what I'm doing here, to try to help people think through whatever and try to test our ideas to try to figure out if it's true or not. So no matter what platform you're on, what you're seeing, you maybe will be less influenced by misinformation. You can maybe look into it.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of those things or do you think is a good way to like check for the truth of something, or the falsity of something? How would you go about if you saw like something on your phone and you wasn't sure if it was true or not? How would you figure that out?
I would probably ask somebody, or read like a book about it, maybe, if you can find one.
Yeah.
But definitely asking other people is like probably one of the better ways to go about it. And I learned in school, like if you look at the websites and like what they end in, like .com, .org, that is a good sign to see if it's like reliable or something.
Okay. What are the more reliable websites if they end in something?
The .com, the orgs, and there's three. That's like the only two I remember, but there was one other, and it was
.gov?
Yeah, Gov. Yeah. Okay.
.gov is more reliable?
Yeah, because it's the government. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else to check the truthness of something?
No, I think that's it.
Nice.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, Mason. You got a question?
Yeah, like TikTok trends.
Yeah.
You'd say like when people would steal stuff from schools. Remember that one?
Oh,
oh, there's like harmful trends that happen,
Yeah.
and that causes bad behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one, yeah.
Hmm.
Another bad side effect of TikTok.
Yeah. And people think it's funny. Yeah.
And then people copy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong, but it's bad. No, I think I'm good.
Sweet.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You too. Have a good one.
You too. Nice. Cool, cool. I'll be here for a little bit longer if y'all want to stop on by.
All right.
Have a good day.
Oh, I just run this off.
You can leave.
Have a good night.
You too.